So guys, how's your coffee?
Perfect.
Just perfect.
Yeah.
Just great.
Clearly, I need to give a bit of better coffee on the show, huh?
Yeah, caffeine makes the world go round.
It does.
Wakes you up a little bit.
Caffeine makes the world go round. What else makes the world go round? Not money.
Men.
Men.
Oh, sorry.
Education.
Education. That's good. I think also the topic that we're about to talk about today makes the world go round. It's a bit of, touch and go, language, tribes, but yeah, I think we can get into it. We can maybe welcome our viewers at home. Welcome to the show today. This is Assertiveness, and the show that gives South Africans a platform to speak, discuss, chat, debate sometimes about anything and everything that really matters to us. My name is Nicolette Mashile, and you can find me on Twitter at IamCocoMash. Again, on Twitter at IamCocoMash. On Instagram, it's IamCocoMash. And on Facebook, it's Nicolette Mashile. Today's topic touches me really deeply. I don't know if maybe you guys also don't really get touched up, some not really. But I get touched a lot about it because I've got a lot of Tsonga friends. Yeah. Now, the one thing that's very confusing about being Tsonga, and I read on Fun of the Perps blog, is that Tsonga is an ethnic group and Shangaan is a tribe. And actually, Tsonga doesn't come with the derogatory perception. It's actually the Shangaans. So I need you guys, to speak to the viewers today and explain to us what is this big thing? What is the mocking and the undermining of Tsonga people? So I'm joined in studio by 4 guests. They've got one thing in common. They're all Tsonga. Shangaan, Tsonga, whichever one it is. Guys, we'll get to it. Not a problem. Guys, would you like to introduce yourself? Okay. Guys, would you like to introduce yourself or start there with Nzalama?
My name is Nzalama Ngwenya. I am 27 years of age. I was born in Bushbuck Ridge, Dintswalo Hospital.
Me too.
You too. I feel like all the Shangaans were born there. So yeah, I am a marketing consultant by profession. I am currently the marketing manager of Maponyo Mall. I am also a radio personality on Josie Maboneng Radio. I have a show called Something Deep on there. If you guys want to hook up with me later after the discussion, you can.
So we're going to get some deep thoughts from me today.
Deepness.
We're going to go in.
Deepness.
Okay, great. I think that's what the viewers at home are expecting. So we need to go deep into the intricacies.
I'll try as much as I can from an assertiveness point of view.
Exactly. All right, that's lovely, Nzalama. Sviso, would you like to introduce yourself?
What can I say after that? I mean, she stole my spotlight. My name is Sviso Ngonyama, and I was actually born in Bushbuck Ridge. And I've been in Gauteng for the longest time, about 20 years or so. And by profession, I'm actually a lecturer. Studied finance, corporate investments, and so forth. I work for Tswana University of Technology. Yeah. And I don't know, for most of the time, I do basic Shangaan things, Shangaan by birth and everything. My parents are both Shangaan. So I'm quite interested to hear what, my viewers and so forth have to think and everyone else.
And your fellow Shangaan.
Exactly,
yes.
Shangaan. I
lovely.
feel the Shangaan presence.
And the lovely madam. And then she laughs. Women always giggle. When they put on the spot, they always giggle. It's like a defense mechanism.
I know, right?
Okay, you can definitely tell us.
Okay, my name is Antoinette Mlimi, born and bred in Mpumalanga, Bushbuck Ridge, and I studied journalism, majored in PR, so I'm a PR consultant by profession, and I own a clothing line with my partner. It's called Nima Clothing, and I'm just a woman in business. I'm just me. I'm just doing me. Yeah, and a very proud Tsonga girl, actually Shangaan girl. Let me say, because we're gonna go deep into that.
Yeah.
But I'm
understanding.
Yeah. Okay. So that's it. A sister of 3 and very proud. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, sometimes it's very bad to be the last one. Yes.
It's never bad to be the last one.
Yeah, my name is Lucky Kosa.
Okay.
Yes, I'm from Nombeland Village, the area in Malamlele.
Okay.
And by profession, I'm a software developer.
Oh, nice.
I scratch my head every day, and I think we're going to have a nice chat today. And I'm born Tsonga and raised Tsonga, and I'm still Tsonga.
Oh, okay. Born Tsonga, raised Tsonga, and still. So, in other words, nothing is going to dissolve your Tsonganess.
Nothing in this.
Nothing. So, wait. Let's talk about you being Tsonga. So, is it just Tsonga, or are you Tsonga Shangaan? Can you? Let's start with you. Give us an understanding of what it means to be Tsonga and what it means to be Shangaan.
Okay, Tsonga as a nation or as a people.
Okay.
It is formed by different tribes.
Okay.
Where we've got Bakosa, where I belong, Bangwanati, Bashengwe, Bashika. And then there is this later group which arrived.
The later group. Antoinette, you're from the later group, I feel.
Which arrived during the
Shangaan. Okay.
in the 1820s, late 1820s, led by Shangaan. And they joined the group. They joined the people, the Tsonga people. And these people, they lost their language, hence they speak Tsonga today. They lost their culture, hence they practice Tsonga culture.
Okay.
Then, when the Tsonga nation didn't start in 1820,
Yes.
it existed long before Manu Gusa can run from his Nguni brothers in Nongo.
Okay. Jeez, that is overwhelming for me because I always, we use Tsonga and Shangaan interchangeably. It's like one and the same thing. I mean, especially for me coming from Bushbuckridge. Well, all of you are from Bushbuckridge. This is so great. When I say, I'm Shangaan, like everybody is Shangaan to me. Whether you're Tsonga, as you say, from the different tribes that you mentioned. So wait. You said Tsonga is a nation. So when you say Tsonga is a nation,
I think if we can maybe put it into terms you could maybe understand. Can I make an example?
Yeah, let's hear.
I think if, for example, if we speak about the Pedi or the Northern Sutus or all of those type of people, there is Mapedi. Under Mapedi, there's Lubedi, there's Shpulani, there's all of that. So Shangaan is part and parcel of Tsonga. It is basically one of the Tsonga later tribes.
So it's a tribe.
Yeah.
So like Xhosa, then Unale Mapondo.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can't then say they adopted the Tsonga lifestyle or culture. Like that means that they were there. They're just a tribe that maybe arose. I don't know. No. Help me understand. Help me and the viewers at home understand.
No, understand this context.
Yes.
The Shangaan group, they were defeated by the Zulus.
Okay.
And they ran away from Nongoma. They headed north.
Yes.
Where the Tsonga people were staying. They knew they were Tsonga people, they were staying there.
Okay.
And for example, there was already Malulega people around the Kruger National Park.
Yes.
There were already Mabunda around Giani.
Okay.
And then there were Bokosa, Bashabe around the today's Mozambique.
Okay.
And then when they joined the Tsonga people,
Okay.
they didn't change anything the Tsonga people were doing.
Yes.
In fact, they tried to conquer the Tsonga people, but they failed.
Okay.
Because you can only change to another tribe by being conquered or by assimilation.
Okay.
And the Tsonga were not conquered,
Yeah.
and they were not assimilated. Hence today, the Shangaan group,
Yes.
they lost their Nguni identity and their culture and their way of life.
So ultimately what we're saying is that Tsonga on its own is not from the Nguni.
It's never from the Nguni, and it will never be from.
So the Nguni people that come in are the Shangaans, the Shangaans.
Yes.
Okay, so ultimately, if you are Shangaan, you also have a bit of Nguni in you.
I don't know if they want to accept that. Is that is we're not Shangaan.
She's Shangaan. Let's hear what Antoinette's got to say
Literally,
about
I
this.
think growing up, this was never explained to me.
Yes.
This is so new to me. I'm
Okay.
actually learning some stuff about myself right now.
Yeah.
I grew up as a Shangaan person.
Yeah.
We grew up knowing that there's Tsonga people in Guyana, Limpopo. Even right now, if I meet someone and then they say, "Oh, you Shangaan?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Oh, you're from Limpopo?" I say, "No, I'm from Mpumalanga."
Yes.
No, how though? Because you guys are supposed to be, from Limpopo. So with those aspects, I just feel like literally, you grow up and you find out things about your culture. I never knew this. I want to be honest with everybody.
Yes.
Like, I go on blogs, I read about it, but I was never really so much in touch with that type.
Yeah, and in fact, in Mpumalanga, I believe where you are from, where the Mpisane group, the Mumalo group are residing.
Okay, but
that land there belongs to the Xhosa, the Mnisis, and the Mkaris.
okay, but before we go there, can we just talk about this Mpumalanga thing? For 2 seconds. Can we talk? Because we all know, coming from Bushbuckridge, we all know we never belonged to Mpumalanga. We fought to get into Mpumalanga.
Yeah.
Let's not pretend like we
It
don't
was a
know.
post-apartheid thing.
But then again,
So Antoinette, Antoinette is cheating us here.
Bushbuckridge is literally on
At
the border
yes.
of Mpumalanga and Limpopo.
Yes. So Wait. Don't be scratching this.
No, you know this thing of provinces and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It opens another can of worms.
Yes.
Because basically the Tsonga people, where we are located,
Yes.
is from the south of Zimbabwe,
Yeah.
and you are the south of Limpopo River
Yes.
in the Mozambique, and part of Mpumalanga,
Okay.
and part of northern KZN.
Okay.
We were coastal people, so to say.
Oh, okay.
So when the borders came with the 1818 Berlin Congress, where they divided us, you've got other Tsonga people in Mozambique, other Tsonga people in South Africa, other Tsonga people in Zimbabwe. And then during Shangaan, don't forget that when the Shangaan group was raiding Tsonga people, some fled until Tanzania, some even to Zambia.
Yeah.
So what happened during this demarcation?
Yeah.
A lot of Tsonga people got scattered.
Hence,
Hence there is this identity crisis.
Like, where am I from? I feel like tribalism has become so intense, like in terms of the subject that we're talking about today.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, we're talking about the degrading of things. And like, I think it's important to know where we come from. But then now it's like, now what? Because so
now you know.
So now we know. So where to from here?
Okay, before we get into that, before we get into the actual main topic, is the degrading and undermining and mocking of Tsonga people.
Yeah.
I just want to understand something because I'm watching Sfiso's face, and his face looks just like mine. You know, it looks exactly like mine, and I know that the viewers at home have also been watching it. He looks like he's shocked at some of the things that he's hearing. Like he's like, oh, I didn't know that. So like Antoinette admitted, verbally. Sfiso's admitting it with his facial expressions to say, I don't know that. So I want to understand, Sfiso, maybe it's also a thing of our parents at home don't teach us these things. You born into a family, kimupulana, you know, and what about mapulana? That's wakai mapulana. You know, and then you go with the flow. Then you move from where you're from, your little village at home. You come to big Johannesburg, and you find out these things, and you're like, no, that can't be me. They're not talking about me, but ultimately they are. So what do you think, Sfiso? Is it something they should teach at home?
Well, you know what? I really, just to perhaps empower on Antoinette what she said. It's quite interesting in terms of, you know, being Tsonga and Shangaan, the way we do things, our culture, being from Limpopo and being from Bushbuck Ridge. Even the way we speak is actually very different. How we pronounce certain things and so forth. I mean, I think being Shangaan, most of the time, you have words that come from a bit of Zulu, a bit of, you know, and Tsonga people are actually quite deep and, you know, they know their roots and so forth. So that's why I found it quite interesting, some of the things that he had to say about, you know, the history and so forth. And I do feel that to a certain extent it is important to understand where you're from and so forth. But it is also important to understand that we are a generation that's moving away from that. Culture is subconsciously subsiding away and so forth. And people need to move in with the times. You know, there was another generation.
But Nzalama said, what now? Where do we go now?
I think for me, my biggest issue in terms of the question that you asked, not necessarily an issue, but the whole thing is, with any tribe in South Africa, I find that Tsongas are the most adaptive. So as you mentioned, you live in your little Bushbuck Ridge. Like, I've been living in suburbia, East Rand, since I was like 10, you know. So I got here and I had to adapt or die. And unfortunately, because we're going to speak about that.
I'm hooked on a certain word that you just used. You say Tsongas are the most adaptive.
They are. We are the most adaptive. I probably speak most South African language. I can understand most South African language. But when people, I usually always speak Tsonga to anything. Like, if I go to your grocery, I'm like, hello, Minjani, plastic. You know. And the second I see that you don't understand what I'm saying, I'll like, okay, what do you speak then? You know, like, and I find that with any other culture, Zulus only know how to speak Zulu or English. With certain, do you know what I mean? Like,
is there a specific reason though that you guys had to adapt?
Because we're a minority tribe.
Okay.
No. Let me
I think that's also. Actually, you're right. Because I don't necessarily agree with that. I think we're not a minority tribe. I think we have been made to be an inferior tribe because of the fact that we don't understand our culture. We're not a proud. There's not a lot of proudness about Tsonganess. I don't know if you guys understand what I mean.
Tsonganess or Shangaanness?
I'm gonna speak about Tsonganess because I'm both.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm both, and
okay.
I'm gonna be that for the rest of my life.
Yes.
I'm also English.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Because of the way I was brought up. You know.
I fully understand.
You know, and we won't get to the other stuff that I am.
Yes.
But
on this topic.
Not today's show.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I feel like that's definitely one of the biggest things about the Tsonga nation is that we're an adaptive one. And I think it comes from the lack of pride.
Okay.
But going to what you're saying is that we are all, it's a revolution, it's an evolution.
Yeah.
You know, we all here speaking English because we want other people to understand us, even though we're
Yes.
speaking about Tsonga.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
like it's easier that way.
When I came this side and I met Zulu friends, I met Sotho friends, and they asked us about, you know, things that we actually practice.
Okay.
Like the Zulus do the memulo with the boobs out.
Naria komeng.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
With us, with going to Gomeng,
Yeah.
back home, you don't do that.
So you guys do nothing.
Our parents were like, if you go there, they're going to teach you all these bad things.
So there's no coming of age.
But let's not speak in general. I feel like it's very important to say you were brought up that way because we're gonna mislead the listeners if we say that.
Lead the viewers at home, please. Yeah? We don't want to be on social media explaining this topic and ourselves after this episode.
Don't want to, no, that's not true.
So it's okay. Wait, like he's like
No, the men.
to speak.
The men, okay. But the ladies, we didn't. I mean, the Zulu girls and their memulo, and they're so
It's a
proud
big
with
thing
it.
for them. Yes.
And sometimes I wish we had something like that to just identify ourselves in a way.
But maybe Antoinette, it's in your family only.
No.
Given a choice. I was given a choice. My parents, I was given a choice. Do you want to go? And I said no, thank you.
And this coming of age thing, for ladies in the Tsonga tradition, kuna bukhomba.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ukhomba.
No, they spend a week in a house where they're being taught
By their aunts.
By their
Can
aunts.
I
and
still
that's-
do that in my 25 years of age now? Can I do that?
You can still do
I
that.
want to do that.
And then I just want to touch on that.
But what happens if you don't have aunts who know how to do it? Because he's saying
There
that's
is
like
no way.
aunt.
There is
There's no
no
way.
There is no way.
Okay.
Take me to.
You need to speak to your aunts, girl.
I'm
Can you speak to your
I want
aunts?
to come with this adaptive thing.
Yeah, let's go back to that adaptive
Yeah,
thing.
because
Yeah.
don't forget that Tsonga people is not like your Zulu nation, where a nation is called by the name of a family, like what the Shangaans want us to believe.
Yeah.
You see, as Tsonga people, it was a concoction of many tribes.
Of many tribes.
Yes, because
Okay.
you have got your Baloi. The
Yeah.
Baloi and Ngaranga people, they are from Lozi lineage, but now they are Tsonga, even though they still recognize their Lozi lineage. We've got the Shivuris. Shivuris are 80 people, but they've been assimilated into Tsonga.
So the
Okay.
Ngwenyamas.
Yes, Ngwenyama, they are from the Ndlovu, they are the same with the Ngidis, because the Ngidis, they have just tried to convert themselves.
And you have the Kubais and the Dlaminis.
Yes, you know, the Ndlaminis, they are part and parcel of.
Swatini.
There are those who came with Shangaan, and there are those who came from the east of Africa.
Wait.
Settled in.
They're Tsonga Dlaminis.
Yes.
Yes, my grandmother.
Oh my gosh, I never knew that. I always thought they were Zulus because my friend is Dlamini.
Yes.
She's
And when
Zulu.
it comes to this annihilation of the Tsonga people, because don't forget that when the Portuguese arrived in the eastern part of southern Africa, the Tsonga people already had organized labor.
Okay.
Like we've got things like Tsima and stuff like that. And then when mining started in South Africa,
Yeah.
the British had to export labor from that side of the country.
Okay.
And then when they get here, it was only Tsonga who can be employed because we've already been mining.
Okay.
We already had gold. We already did farming. We already did fishing. So the so-called local people, because these Tsonga people are taking our jobs, hence even today when there is xenophobia, there are some people are taking our jobs. Because only Tsonga people were being employed in the mines. They were supposed to be demonized.
Okay.
And don't forget that the white man put himself as superior.
Yes.
Ne? And then amongst ourselves, because we're divided.
Yes,
you
we
had
also
to find
fighted
the-
too.
You had to find a vulnerable one.
Yes.
The one we can victimize.
Okay.
So there's still need of mental decolonization for
Yes.
African people. So that we can move forward.
Amongst ourselves as Africans. So it comes back to what Nzalama said about making Tsonga people feel inferior. Okay, you touched on the mining thing. Is that the reason why a lot of Tsonga people are successful? Like, find that a lot of Tsonga people are successful. Don't you guys find that? Like, if you go anyway, a lot of Tsonga people are successful.
I'd say we're hardworking.
Okay, just hold on for that. We need to just quickly go to an ad break. Guys, please don't go away. This is a very interesting topic. When we come back, we're going to go deep into the real reason that we're here today to talk about the mocking and the undermining of our Tsonga people. Stay tuned in. Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned in into Assertiveness, the show that allows South Africans to talk their minds, debate, discuss, chat. We are about everything on this channel, on this show. Guys, we've had such an interesting topic. We're talking about the discrimination and the mocking of Shangaan or Tsonga people. Actually, I've been taught it's Tsonga people. The Shangaan people fall under the Tsonga people. Lovely. I've got great guests today. Guys, so let's quickly go into the mocking. You know, we can't deny. We know that Shangaan people get mocked. Even, to be honest with you, and I was saying this to my mother yesterday on the phone. I said to my mom, oh, we're going to be talking about Shangaan people. And then she's like, oh, okay, that's very interesting. And then I'm like, yeah, but kibabita ma Shangani. And when I say it, it sounds wrong. I don't know if you guys experience it because you guys are generally Amatsonga. So I don't know if you guys also experience that thing. Then you're thinking, oh, okay, Mangbiza Bantu Amashangani. It's always about, you know, it's never about, oh, okay, Kimosoto apere the, you know, the blanket thing. Oh, no, it's a such a person. It's when there's colorful clothing. Well, until they make color blocking very fashionable, then you guys kind of fit it into the entire. You've got why?
Because I've been color blocking since I was born, and then it became cool, and then I couldn't color block anymore.
And no one recognized you for it.
And then I was just, you know.
You should have blogged about it, man. You should have blogged about it. You know, these days you blog about everything. If you don't blog, then you write a letter, an open letter. Open letter to everybody who made color blocking very cool. But in any case, let's quickly go back into that. So, you know, when you dress up in colorful clothes, if you eat a pie, Fanta orange, Shangaan.
Put on Zambak.
Yeah, I think the Zambak one. I think more than that, I think that's a black thing. But we'll let you guys own it for now. Okay, quickly tell me about why Shangaan people are always mocked, or why being Shangaan is something you should be shamed of, you know, like shameful of. Yeah.
I feel like talking about that is in the past.
Okay. Yes.
Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, because I think through emotional intelligence and other things that I've done for myself, I don't really find mocking.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't bother me. There will always be people mocking you.
Yes.
I mean, if it's not about the darkness of my skin color,
Yes.
it's gonna be how I dress.
Okay.
I remember for the longest time growing up, I couldn't wear bright colors.
Okay.
You know, because of the mocking.
Okay.
I think I only started wearing bright colors after teenagers, like just after being a teenager, which is pretty sad, you know, because I wasn't able to express myself because I was too scared I'd be too Shangaan. The concept of that is like, I still can't believe I was that guy, you know, but it happened because unfortunately kids are cruel. If it's not going to be about your Shangaan, it's going to be about your fatness, it's going to be about your lightness, it's going to be about something. People will always find a way to mock you.
Nzela, my biggest issue is that yes, you have moved away from it.
Yeah.
But I do feel like there are still young Tsonga children who are still being mocked about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It does take a lot of emotional intelligence for you to be able to move away from it. And I think.
But what do we do now?
I think, but you see, and it's what I was telling people before I came, you know, literally like settled on this topic. Yeah. I think with the coming up of Tsonga people and people speaking about it, people now, it's like, oh, okay. It's like that thing of because I've got a big nose. I always make sure people, the first thing I say, right, you're going to tease me about my nose. It kind of goes away then. It no longer stings, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's what's really important. But my thing is, there are still children who are not necessarily where you are. And not only children, people in general, where you actually go and you speak to somebody and you ask them, so where are you from? They don't want to tell that they're from Bushbuck Ridge. That's another topic. Because people don't want to say they're from Bushbuck Ridge. People don't want, yes. Not, oh my gosh. And they try to dilute it by saying I'm from Mpumalanga. And then it's like, but where in Mpumalanga? Because Mpumalanga is big. You can't just say I'm from Mpumalanga. You know? Then Bushbuck Ridge. Yeah. You know? Like, because the first assumption that people make when you say Bushbuck Ridge, are you Shangaan? Yeah. And then it's like, no, I'm not Shangaan. Actually, I'm Mpulana. Yeah. But I've got no issue with being Shangaan.
Yeah. Like you said, I think it's about owning whatever it is that you are. Because for the longest, I remember I've had 2 instances in my life where I spoke for the longest time in Zulu, broken Zulu, with someone that I was trying to get help from at a clinic, and then realized, wait, you're Tsonga. Oh, wait, I'm Tsonga. Why didn't I speak Tsonga with you in the first place? Why did we do that? It's that whole thing of urbanization and the whole fact that the majority is assumed as Zulu, you know, which is ridiculous, because I think people are so scared of conflict. Yes. You know, so confrontation, so that then you can't be yourself. So the problem is owning who you are, I suppose.
That's the solution.
Antoinette, any experiences where you've actually felt like people are making you feel bad for being Tsonga?
Actually, You know, it's the
You're
opposite.
so pretty. Are you sure you're Shangaan?
Yes, you do.
Gosh, I'm coming there. Like this thing has been eating me for years. And like, finally I get to talk about it.
Let's hear it. Talk about it, girl. Air it all out. You're so light skinned. Are you sure you're Shangaan?
Like
No, your mother
everything is so
must be
small, your
blue.
nose is so small. You twang. Like, girl. But anyway.
Yeah.
My issue with this is that with my PR thing,
Yeah.
it's that for me to go at it, it's just to make relationships.
Yes,
That's my work.
yes.
So with it, when you introduce yourself, I'm Shangaan. Shangaan, no ways. Look at you, style.
Yes.
Already? So how Shangaan people supposed to look like? I have to take out my phone, show my friends. She's also Shangaan. No, you lie.
Yeah.
Like why? Why do we have to? You always have to explain yourself about where you come. Like most of the time, it's like Antoinette, say something in Shangaan to prove that you're Shangaan.
Yeah, you get that.
Okay.
So now how do you handle it though? Like let's say you and I have just met and then, okay, girl, we've been having a conversation. So where are you from? Oh, Bushbuckridge. I'm also from Bushbuckridge. Because I'm telling you, first time I meet you, I wouldn't have assumed you're Shangaan, to be honest. And it's terrible. But you know, as Lucky said, it's a decolonization that needs to happen, a mental decolonization. So I just think even the viewers at home, I mean, probably some of them are sitting there thinking that girl can't be Shangaan. She's lying to us. Maybe her father is Shangaan. You know, it does happen. So how do you handle it when you are confronted by a person like that? You know, do you smile and wave it away? You know, do you
make sure that I
stamp
speak
it?
Shangaan.
Okay.
I address you in Shangaan, and I make sure that I tell you all my Shangaan names.
Oh, you've got Shangaan names.
Yeah.
What are your Shangaan names?
Agani and Amkelani. Those two are my
Why are you
favorite.
waving the book?
Because everyone has like, if you Shangaan, you for money, you Agani, it's Agani. You know?
Okay.
So everyone has that thing. So I think, you know what, with a woman like me being in the industry that I'm in, you always have to explain yourself.
Yeah.
You cannot be Shangaan.
Yeah.
You like this. Oh, really? Say something in Shangaan. Oh, Shangaan, we like that. Oh, you know, whoever, you know, in my line of business. Oh, so you actually can hang out with people like that? So where are we supposed to be in this line? So Shangaan people should have known nothing.
I think it's because Shangaan people are in hiding, guys.
That's what I was actually
Shangaan
going
people are in
to
hiding. There's so many Shangaan people, it's shocking. Like if you had to just today, I'm gonna ask the viewers just today, wherever you go, address people in Shangaan, you will be shocked how many will respond.
I actually think today I'm going to start a hashtag on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm going to start a Proudly Shangaan hashtag or Proudly Tsonga hashtag. I want to see how many people retweet it. I actually want to see. So I must follow all of you guys and just see how many people at home. If you are Proudly Shangaan today, please come out and hashtag Proudly Shangaan on Assertiveness. One of the two. But more than that, I want to actually get into Ulaki because Ulaki is Tsega. So I need to understand why, like, and I want to ask him a question. I want to ask you a question, Lucky, before you get into what you wanted to say. Do you feel that, and I might sound terrible right now, but I don't want to sound terrible. Do you feel that with the passion, because I feel like you've got a lot of passion about being Tsonga, with the passion that you've got and knowledge, do you go out and share that knowledge? Are you that person who you got no time for people? You don't take prisoners when it comes to being Tsonga, you know? You make sure people know you're Tsonga.
Okay, basically, let me tell you, I was born in Seshego.
Oh.
And then that's a Pedi area.
Yes.
Don't forget that they will call you Lukwapa.
Obvious.
Okay.
Yes.
And then they know even today that I'm not Lukwapa.
Okay.
I'm Tsonga.
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
Shangaan.
okay.
I'm not Shangaan, I'm
Okay.
Tsonga. Because you know the,
That's not Shangaan.
the perception that was created for the Tsonga people, it was that it is a political connotation.
Okay.
That these are the later arrivals in South Africa. They didn't contribute anything to the country.
To what built South Africa
Yes.
as a country.
And that is utterly nonsense.
Okay.
Yes, because yes, as we have said, we have got Malulegas, you had the Mabundas, you had the Ngunas and ETCs who were already here before the Berlin borders were drawn in 1884. And again, as we are talking about the undermination of the Tsonga people, the first thing which is the problem to us, ourselves.
Yes. Yourselves.
Yes.
As Tsonga people.
Yes.
Okay.
Because don't forget that we fought against Portuguese, we fought against French, we fought against Dutch, we fought against missionaries, and then we fought against apartheid.
Okay.
And then in that process, our identity was lost.
Okay. So you
That-
guys didn't maintain.
Yes, don't, that's why you find that today that Tsonga and Shangaan has been put on the same level.
Yeah, they
and there is no way that a family can be on the same level with the whole nation. In Tsonga culture, that doesn't exist.
Okay.
That's why I think in many cultures in Africa doesn't exist. That's why even in the Tswana nation, we have got Bahatra, we have got Barolong, we have got Bakwena, but they're all Tswanas. Then we cannot have this family of Mumalos who want to preside over the Tsonga people.
I think even the viewers at home would agree with me that I think Ulaki should really lucky. I think with all your knowledge, you should not be a are you a software developer, you said?
Yes, I'm a software developer.
You should develop a software or an app. So you do apps also, ne?
Yeah.
You should develop an app that talks about Shangaan history. In general, let's just say, let's not try and make it, Shangaan, because
It's a good idea because there's not a lot of archives.
Yes. And I don't think South Africa, do we have like a library about our tribes?
We do. But it's always like if you're interested to find it. But I think people like you can make it easily accessible.
And don't forget that those kind of libraries, our archives, they were written by our colonizers.
Yes.
And there is no way that our enemy can write truth about you.
Exactly. So we need people like you to bring.
No. That's one where we're in the process with a team of intellectuals who are working together.
Oh, that's
Okay.
In the process.
That's great. Intellectuals, guys.
I think even if you are a medical doctor, you need awareness.
Yes.
You need to be aware about where are you from, where are you going. Where you are from will determine where you are going.
Yes.
And being aware will make sure that you know the world around you. Because I think we are living in a false world after all. But if you are not aware, you'll think that everything is in order.
Yeah.
It's a matter of empowering yourself through knowledge.
Yeah. True.
If you are cracking numbers as an accountant, don't forget that life doesn't end there.
Yeah.
But another way to empower yourself is through experiences.
Yeah.
So any experiences that you had, bad, good, for being Tsonga or Shangaan, yes.
Actually, it's quite interesting. There are quite a number of variables to this. There's
Okay.
actually the positive and the negative. I know we're emphasizing strongly on the negative, but there's actually quite some perks of being Shangaan, especially when you grow up and you start dating. It's so
Are we
true.
going to go into that? Are we really going to go into
Yeah,
that?
we should.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Let's
No,
hear.
it's actually quite true. I mean,
What are the perks?
what are the
I
perks?
hope things
Okay.
when it comes to
Let's
dating.
say you ask someone out,
Okay.
whether it's a girl or guy or whatever the case might be.
Yes.
And you tell them that you're Shangaan and Tsonga, and the first question is it true what they say about you guys? And I'm like, okay.
What do they say about Tsonga men?
Do you guys plant a tree? And the assumption is that we plant trees to make our manhood,
Grow.
to become well endowed.
So wait, you do what?
Apparently,
You plant, guys. They plant trees.
My little brother grew a
Tsonga
tree,
men
guys.
plant trees to make to grow your anatomy.
apparently. That's the biggest misconception. Everyone
Apparently, allegedly.
Wait. So you're saying
And
it's
the
a
girls
misconception?
I think
Even
it's
the
not.
girls too.
Oh, wait,
Well,
the girls to grow what?
No. You know the girls are good at twerking.
So you guys.
Shangaan people have been twerking, guys. This twerk thing is not a new thing. We've been lied to, guys. We've been getting sold dreams. Are you going to show us a little bit of the... come on, Season Zalama. I'm gonna try it out. You guys need to show me whether I'm doing it correctly or not. So we got. My dress is even a chibela. So but you see, twerking is more bent. You guys do it with an upright body. Lucky, am I doing it correctly? Do you want to marry me, Lucky? I think Lucky wants to marry me. Like he's looking at me like, she could be Shangaan. I could bring her into the family. Huh? Am I? Oh, but then you need to show us, guys. We want to learn. The only way we can learn is through you guys.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, the positives are actually quite interesting.
Okay.
A lot of misconceptions.
Okay.
But Shangaans are well known to be well adaptive, to situations, and especially when they travel.
And
then
work very hard.
they're assumed to be hard workers, kind.
Assumed.
Assumed. Not
And you're a hard
everyone.
worker.
I'm a hard worker.
No, we
You
are.
do your masters.
You definitely hard work. He's a lecturer.
Yeah, true.
Look at his body.
I mean, they were hard.
Yeah, but other than that, there are some perks, and
Yeah.
especially when it comes to social aspects.
Yeah.
It's not all bad,
Yeah.
but it's not all necessarily good as well.
Okay, interesting. Do Shangaan people hang around together?
Yeah.
Do you guys do you look out for each other? Like I always find that a lot of you never find a group of Shangaan friends. Like they know each other. They'll say, "Oh no, I do know a few Shangaan people. We're acquaintances. We talk." But they never in a group. Like, it's not like I can go out and, like, he's like,
No, but
no, girl.
location.
Yeah, it's a location.
In varsity universities, you'll hardly find that.
Is it?
But in a drinking spot or a chill out vibe, you might find such situations.
Yeah.
But varsity, not really.
I can give you an example about our townships.
Yeah.
Because don't forget that they were divided along tribal lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can go to Shawela in Soweto. You will find the Tsonga people there.
I was very shocked, I must tell you. And this is my ignorance. I was very shocked to find out that there is a Tsonga named township in Soweto. I was like, this is interesting. I didn't even think that there were Tsonga people who lived there until I went there and they're Tsonga people.
No wonder you're having this show. I'm so happy you're having this show.
I needed it, do you know what I mean? And I think I'm not the only one. I think the people at home also need to understand Tsonga people in general so that we don't make you guys the inferior group. You know what I mean? Because, we all highly hold ourselves Xhosa people, Masoto, Amazulu, but you never really, to be honest, you never really hear it.
In your Xhosa people, we have got the Amampondo, which are what do you call it? When you go to the caste system, like the Indian caste system, the Amampondo are the lowest.
They're the lowest in their tribe.
So even in the South African context of African people,
Yeah.
because I cannot call ourselves blacks, African people,
Yeah.
the Tsonga people have been made to be the lowest on the food chain due to, as I've explained,
Yeah.
identity crisis.
Okay.
Isn't
Yes.
that the Khoi San ones? Where do they get in? Because we also like the Khoi ones are like.
There's a lot of trust.
I like the way she goes.
She's not saying
I can read.
No, I think-
What are you saying?
I think that's a debate. That's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as for the Tsonga people, because our identity has been tampered with,
Yeah.
and we have got people who, like the Tembe people,
Yes.
so to say.
Yes.
The Tembe, they fought Portuguese until Portuguese ran. But now today, if you can check, the Tembe people, they are mostly Zulus.
Okay. Yes.
And those people are Tsongas.
Oh, they actually Tsongas?
Yes, because
Dear Tembe people, you guys are actually Tsongas.
because what happened during all these wars, people were assimilated, people were conquered, and identity crisis happened during the process. Because don't forget, even when these Nguni guys started their Mfetani,
Yeah.
they dispersed a lot of Tsonga people.
But I like what's happening currently. I mean, here you've got a nice set of brains, beauty, and ambition. I think that's quite good.
And they're all Tsonga. This is amazing, guys. I actually think.
But I think as the Tsonga nation,
Yeah.
as we are busy, we're in the process with, as I've said, with a team of intellectuals.
Yes.
We must do our research,
Yes.
write our own history,
Yes.
and make sure that we push propaganda, because everything is been pushed through propaganda.
Yes.
Because I realized as I was reading Fana the Perp's blog that, time, we all don't have time. But as I was reading through it, the comment section, it's like comments on, what's that media, News 24, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
The comment section, you have Shangaan people now attacking each other. It's like, no, hold up, you're not telling us the truth. No. So it gives the idea that a lot of people in the Tsonga group don't actually know the history. So I'm very excited and I can't wait for you guys. What are you guys putting together? A book?
Yeah, a book.
A channel, a TV channel, a blog?
I think for us to say that will take us back. So let's say we do read.
Yeah.
I also have a friend, an intellectual, who's putting together all the old stories of the Tsonga stories, like the ones that my dad used to tell me when I was going to sleep.
Like folklore. Yes.
I don't even remember. That's how bad it is. That's how bad I need to be reminded. No, man, guys, I feel so bad. But yeah, those things are being put together.
I've got a night. Do you guys listen to
What's a rabbit in Tsonga, guys?
Around the fire, we used to do that.
My dad used to tell me those, so they're putting those together.
See, I like how she says we used to do
Yeah, we used to do that. We don't do it anymore. Quick question.
Yeah.
Penny, Peter Tinetti.
Those are our people.
Who are the new people though? Because I grew up listening to Penny and Peter Tinet, and I know them. I know them very well. You can't. I know that song. Yeah. Shikone anela buti buruku, something like that. But you know what I mean? Like I know that song. So who are the new
Penny
people?
is still doing it though.
Penny
is actually has a following overseas for like electric Tsonga music. Yeah, he's still doing that. I saw him at the airport quite recently. He's still pushing that. There's people like Amkela and Mchanga, and he's on Ganalonene FM.
Okay. Interesting.
There's a whole bunch of new age people that are doing things with hip hop, with rap, there's a song done now recently with Tandi Somazwaya and some other people. So it's not just necessarily Tsonga artists pushing Tsonga music. There's also other artists and other
There's
tribes.
a market now
Exactly.
for Tsonga material and Tsonga
Exactly.
entertainment.
Yeah.
And then the giving of Tsonga names, like everybody is doing it. Like as you said, it's not even Tsonga people. It's everybody's like now naming their kids the Amukelanis that you seem to be waving away.
No.
Eh? It's because you've got it, so you can just wave it away. Do you guys think that's a new thing? It's a new trend. It's gonna last. What's gonna happen to it? Is it worth it? Is it helping you
I'm
guys?
just happy it's
stand?
happening.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of it goes back to mental liberation, where people are accepting their African languages, their African culture.
As part of being African.
Yeah.
I mean, even fashion.
Yes, you
There's so
don't-
many people now wearing the Tsonga garments.
Regalia, attires. It's
Yeah.
very
Our fabric,
Yeah.
is amazing. So I think.
Hence, you don't get a kid born today, you are betuel.
Yeah.
It's like a Tsonga,
Okay, don't say that. I only have one English. My name is only English. Like I've only got one name, and I know there's a lot of people at home who only have English names, and we are very proud of our English names. I might just want to say, like every single time people meet me, it's like, what's your name? And then I'm like, Nicolette. What's your black name? What do you mean? What's my black name? What is a black name, guys? A black name is what? A name in an African language. Is that what a black name is?
That's actually that.
So you would never give your children English names?
Not in this life.
Okay, we're going off topic. It's fine. We'll talk about that English name thing on another day. I'm not. So guys, how do we move forward? How do we move forward from being Tsonga? What is the next thing for the Tsonga people?
Be Tsonga.
Be Tsonga.
Be Tsonga, find out about your Tsonganess. Talk about your Tsonganess. I've now forced all my friends. I've had different, as you mentioned, you've got Tsonga, Zulu, Pedi friends. I've always adapted to their language. I'm now forcing them.
It's time now.
Yeah. So I'm speaking my language everywhere. Like it's one of the things that I'm doing. I've also put a rule now. Like I'm trying to not speak English at my house because my daughter's Shangarian. So it's very difficult.
So English and Shangaan.
So she's Shangarian, so she's Shangaan Nigerian. So
She's in trouble with the languages.
But you know what I mean? Like it's because at school she speaks English. So at home can we speak Shangaan?
And then Nigerian?
And when she's with her dad, you know.
Okay.
So but that's happening. Like so I would just love the viewers to just be open to it.
To be
you know?
open.
To it. And be comfortable and be happy.
Can we be naughty and go into a very, very, very touchy subject? Homosexuality in the Tsonga tribe. Can we quickly just go through it? Before, I don't want to pinpoint. Let's just go into it and talk about it, because I grew up in Mapulana. I'm actually Pedi, but Mapulana because of Bushbuck Ridge. And I find that my dad is very uncomfortable with talking about homosexuality when we're at home. But because he's a public figure, he talks about it openly on television. I've seen him talk about it, and he's comfortable. You know, he tells people, "No, I'm chilled with this thing." But at home, like I always say to him, my brother, if my brother was homosexual, would you be happy about it? And he says, Remapulana. What does that even mean? Remapulana. Is that supposed to like say something to me, you know, about being, so.
Just read between the lines.
I don't want to read between the lines. When you read between the lines, you make assumptions. You make assumptions about certain things, and I don't want to do that because I'm comfortable with homosexuality. I think it's the same as just being me, Nicolette, and being heterosexual. You know what I mean? It's a choice, it's a preference in life. You know, I might be wrong. Let me put a disclaimer on. It's a choice, it's a preference. It's just a bit of a disclaimer. But can we talk about it? Because I think especially in cultures where they like a very conservative culture, and I think Tsonga is one of those conservative cultures.
I don't think we are sometimes.
You don't think? Not anymore?
No, I guess it goes back to the type of family. I mean, Antoinette was saying that it's not part of her.
Yes.
Steve. But at the same time, I know of it, but my parents gave me a choice.
Okay.
So I come from a very open-minded family.
Yes.
So gayness is not a big deal.
Yes.
You know, especially because we're not very conservative. Not all of us are even Christian.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? There's those things. And I think Christianity and culture plays a big role. But it depends on the family. And I've known from the community that I grew up in with the Shangaan Tsongas,
Yes.
gayness was obviously, it's like if you're gay, you're Tsonga, you're female, you're black, it's just like God hates you. But do you know what I mean? But no,
death of
sometimes,
God ain't
dude, no, because there's certain things that make you vulnerable. You know what I mean? And gayness sometimes makes you vulnerable more than your Tsonganess already. Like it's an added on.
So now you put it together.
Yeah, but I think it's a generation thing as well.
I think people must just move away from the word, I suppose, gayness or homosexuality and to just understanding that sexuality is fluid. I mean, it's like that. We like it or not, it doesn't mean that just because someone is a specific predominantly prefers to sleep with women, they'll always sleep with women. So I think we must just get our minds, and it's not just the Shangaan or a Tsonga thing. It's a general thing.
It's not even a black or a white thing.
That's a nice thing about it, though. I think.
Actually, you know what? I experienced this in my family. One of my cousins is gay. And he thought he was in a closet. He thought. But I mean, me, I've been at it like, yo, I've been seeing you. So,
I've been seeing you.
you know? And he was like, no, we have to talk.
So
Like, talk about what? He's trying to come out to me.
Like, no, my guy.
He's like,
knowing
we have to talk. I'm like, talk about what? No, we have to talk. Okay, let's talk. Then he tells me, I'm like, dude, you've been making breakfast for us since we're babies. Like, you've been doing these things.
You know.
And he literally cried.
So wait, has he already come out?
No, now he's not yet now.
So and the family was chill.
I had to get in with the family. Told my mom. My mom was like, oh, okay. My grandmother was, he's doing that sensor thing from Generations.
That is so deep.
And I was like, well, yeah, kind of. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I also think that we almost sell ourselves this dream or this nightmare that people are not going to be okay with it. And actual fact, they're now liberal, you know, in their thinking, and they know it, and it's like, okay, sure.
I mean, the idea of masculinity and femininity is always going to be an issue. You know, it's like I've been told I'm too boyish. You know, I've been like other people have been told you're too girlish. Like it's such a fine line. But I think as you said, it's like it's happening. It's happening.
On these things of this sexuality thing, I think we create this ideal world for us in our minds. And then we forget that there is a real world where we must live in. We must just accept this sexuality thing is a choice.
Yes.
You are free to be with whomever you want to be.
Yeah.
And as long as it doesn't affect you, you shouldn't have a problem with anyone.
Okay, wait. You said something. You said we need to understand that there's an ideal world.
No. I said we create
an ideal world.
We forgot that there is a real.
That there's a real world.
Yes.
So what happens? I need to understand what happens.
In the real world, that's where anyone has got a choice for his
okay. So in other words, if I was a homophobe, if I may put it that way, my ideal world would be there are no. Okay, I fully understand what you are saying, but you sound conservative.
Conservative.
In terms of being
liberal when it comes to liberal.
No. I'm talking in terms of your cultural being Tsonga. You sound very conservative. But I also think we make a mistake when people know a lot. We always assume they are conservatives because they know a lot about a certain topic. I think that could be the mistake that I'm making. But more than that, I don't want to ask you if you are comfortable with it because you say you are liberal in terms of sexuality. But have you ever experienced where you're sitting with a group of friends and they are bashing, especially from the Tsonga tribe? Because you sound like you've got a lot of Tsonga friends.
Yes.
Okay, have you ever experienced, yes, obviously. Have you ever experienced that when you're sitting with your friends and then they say things that they're not accepting? Do you come in and say, guys,
yes, I always try
we need to liberate this for ourselves also.
This is a real issue.
Yes.
And there is no way that you can keep on being in denial.
Yes.
And again, as I've said, that everyone has got a choice.
Yes.
It is his or her choice.
Yes.
It has got nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
So you better accept or
keep it moving.
Yeah.
But I've also seen that, where I'm from, so I'm going to take it quite personal.
Yeah.
Bushbuck Ridge, Chilamash specifically, is that this, I would say this homosexuality again, this is not really fully discussed.
Okay.
Let's say, for example, there's a family and one of the kids turns out to be gay or lesbian or anything like that. It wouldn't be something that they would confront you with necessarily. They wouldn't talk about it. And it would be just one of those things, like this pink elephant, but no one's discussing it. So it's just one of those things, and I think it's because Tsonga people in general are very iffy about certain things. They don't want to make another person quite uncomfortable.
Okay.
So we've been like that. Well, personally, I've been like that, and I grew up in a family like that, where if there's an uncomfortable issue, we never really fully discuss it.
Okay. That sounds, it's very interesting for me because I think in my family, maybe it's my parents. My mother and my dad are like, my dad won't talk. He'll go tell my mother, and then my mother will come and tell us. It's got like, I want to understand, do you guys have that man, that respect thing, that woman-man thing, like, this is a man and this is a woman?
I think it's not even a white or a black or a Tsonga or a Zulu thing. That's just a man and a woman thing. That will always be there. It's just that maybe some certain families will have a more superior female. Do you know what I mean? But it will always be like that. We're still quite traditional in the way in which we...
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting from you, Nzalama, is that the man and woman female respect thing is not necessarily a Tsonga thing, but generally an everyday human being thing. There's a respect, Proverbs 31, a man is a man and a woman is a woman. That's beautiful. But I think what we're gathering from today's discussion, a very robust discussion with these 4 beautiful guests of mine, is that there is an identity crisis amongst the Tsonga people. And I think more than that, they create, as themselves having an identity crisis, they then create this thing that everybody else does not understand who they are, where they fit in. And I think, as Lucky has said, intellectuals, all Tsonga intellectuals, those who are interested in studying, the Tsonga group, the Tsonga tribe, do come up, write that book, do the blogs that you guys do, educate us. We want to know. And I think it's not just us who want to know as Africans. It's even your own people that need to get an understanding. We need to get to a point where all Tsonga people are proudly Tsonga. Shangaan, like everybody else. And it must be a normal language, It mustn't be we speak English and then we speak Zulu because it's a big language and then I speak the language that I generally speak, my mother tongue at home. I want to be able to speak Shangaan. I want to be able to converse with Shangaan people. And I want to do it in a cool manner, man. There must be slang words that come from the Shangaan language. Guys, it was lovely. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do join us again tomorrow for another Assertiveness episode. Stay assertive and proud.